Hi there and welcome to Bustthenet. Yes, these are the Ajax Diaries, and we're doing very well. We've already secured the Eredivisie. Yeah, we won the title. A bit unfortunate for us. We kind of lost to Feyenoord 4-1, probably because I wasn't really paying attention. I was messing about with that save, but no excuses. We've got a few matches to come, and I'm gonna be experimenting a bit as well. It's not the perfect time to experiment, especially if you're going to face Barcelona at home. But then again, I'm me. I love to do stuff. Okay, so what am I going to do for this match? First up, quick pick. Let's see what the ass man thinks. All right, this is Werber, Delit, Weltman, Orihuela, Verhever, Christique, Van der Beek, Ziyech, Dober, and Kluivert. We are going in with a high block 5-2-3 on Barcelona at home. We've got close down much more, tackle harder, close down much more, tackle harder, and tight marking on these guys. We move into channels. This guy as well, he's going to be putting pressure on their back line. And yes, we want you to move into channels. Okay. As far as the back line is concerned, I've told all of them, except for the ball playing defender on cover, to close down much less. So these guys, I'm going to adjust it. You don't really need to put these two on close on much more, but here I'm going to leave them on default. I don't want to see them go crazy, but these three are going to do the work. Actually, because we're playing so high up the pitch, yeah, we'll get these two guys to do the job as well. So they'll tackle hard as well. So we've got these two guys. Only these three guys are going to be sticking behind and relaxing, I guess. The idea here is to put pressure on Barcelona. Now, how are Barcelona going to be playing? Now, for me, before I decide to play a high block, I always do a scouting report. I always check the scouting report. Scouting report says, be careful of this guy's running into space behind the defensive line. These two guys will be doing the same thing. They got a ball-playing defender looking to play balls over the top. They got a wing-back and Jordi Alba, a complete wing-back. So got to be careful. Now, there is a part of me that's thinking of just doing... There's a variation of this tactic that I have, which is... this guy, one of them will play as an advanced forward. Then I got deep line forward and deep line forward. We might adjust that during the game to see whether or not those wing backs are giving me space. If those wing backs are going to be closing down aggressively, then I will do that. We are closing down aggressively ourselves, so this is going to be a game where things could go really wrong, but I am kind of hopeful. Okay, so we've set everything up. We're going to watch this on comprehensive highlights and we'll kick the game off. Okay, I'm off. Christique to Delit to Weltman to Orihuela plays it back to Van der Beek. Out, it goes to Verhever. Verhever is not really a wing back, so he goes down the line looking for Kluivert. Kluivert puts some pressure on the back line. Verhever again with the ball to Ziyech. Ziyech now plays the ball back to Van der Beek. Van der Beek looks for Werber to Verhever. You'll find this tactic in the FM Tactics handbook. Yes, and we've gotten ourselves to a quick start. Yes, you'll find this in my handbook, right? It's called 523 Milano. It's the same system. I haven't done anything except I've got with some aggressive PIs for me to play the high block. When I play the high block, I'm very careful about these guys, this backline. I do not want them to close down early, so I get them to close down less, so they keep tracking back. So the only players who are actually doing the hard work are going to be the wing backs. So these guys tuck inside and they do the job that they're supposed to do, which is to protect the back line. So here we go. My instructions slightly higher. I could now start playing out of defense as well, because we want to keep the ball as well and retain possession. So we'll play the ball out of defense. We've got a DLP on defense as well. I'm hoping, I hope I didn't give him too many PIs. Van der Beek, Orihuela does good. Keep pressing the back line. Make it hard for them to play their balls out. All right, we see something. I see something, and I'm gonna change this now. Who's gonna be the advanced forward? All right, so you will be playing as a DLF. I should first have to get all three of you in line. Alright, so you are going to be, one of you is an advanced forward on attack. One of you is going to be a deep line forward on support. Dribble less, shoot less often, park tighter, tackle harder, move into channels. Yeah, that'll be fine. Oh no, there's another instruction you're supposed to have. Run wide with ball. Yes, thank you. This guy will be moving into channels, shoot less often, dribble less. Yeah, why do I shoot less often? I just want them to create havoc in and around the box. I don't need them to... Actually, I'm going to remove this. Remove this. I want them to be moving with the ball a lot. So we've gotten this done, except for him. Close mark. Okay, we've done our back line. Ease of tackles. You two, ease of tackles. I don't want you chopping legs up. I don't want you to give up yellow cards. Everything is done here. Everything looks sorted. Dolberg, okay, so Ziyech will come here, which is not ideal. This is not really his starting position. And I've got Dolberg here and Clive. Clive will be here. All right, so there we go. Let's see what happens as a result of these changes. I'm looking at these gaps, and I want to take advantage of them. Forsberg with the ball plays it out to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba crosses it straight into the hands of Onana. Onana doesn't do very well with that. It gives up a corner. Corner taken. Forsberg clears it. Dolberg out to Kluivert. Can he restart a counter? Dolberg is off. It's a rapid move across the pitch. Orihuela comes in to support. He gets inside the box, crosses. But why? Why weren't they reading that? Okay. Now, yeah, direct. There is some logic in that. Coming back here, I'm gonna make sure not this. I keep forgetting which button leads me to the tactics. No, this is the group. Play instructions. Hell, I'll come here. And I hate this. Okay, so play instructions. This guy. Few risky passes. No, actually, you can take more risky passes. And you. More risky passes, and I'll leave it a mix. Okay, we are playing retain possession as well. Yeah, so I only have these two players here playing pass into space, or rather, they are playing risky passes, which is basically like pass into space. Okay, except I don't have runs. The runs are already being triggered by the duties. So past those two chaps are going to take risky passes, which are through balls. And I've already got these three guys who are attempting to run into space. But we'll wait first. I haven't finished yet with Barcelona. The Kluivert with the ball, holds back Orihuela now. Plays it to Kluivert. Kluivert out, it goes to Verheerver. Verheerver to Werber. Christique with the ball. Christie to Verheerver, back to Werber, Werber out, it goes to Orihuela. Orihuela slides it in, Dolberg makes it 2. Haha, Ajax 2, Barcelona 0. Yes, this is one way you can mod the Milano system that I have. Some might say this is a match engine exploit, right? I know there are people out there who's gonna say that. Okay, but let me just put things in perspective. This guy is attacking. This guy is attacking. They're leaving acres of space. What do you think is actually going to happen in a real game? If you find wingbacks are giving a lot of space, I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan. I should know from experience. This is how we played in the first season. Alberto Moreno would always go charging up. We'd have our three strikers playing like this, sitting at the shoulders of the last defenders. Some of them might drop a bit deeper. I mean, this configuration I'm using is very much a Liverpool configuration for the front three. So, if you're going to give me that space with those wing backs, then fine. The only time I'll be worried about this particular style of play is if I'm playing against a team that's playing counter-structured and they're playing with a low block. Then I get very worried because that will be a dangerous thing for us. So the boys are doing well. As you can see, the line is holding pretty well, closing down less. The central defenders are holding position and they're not giving up a lot of space. So, cool. So Ajax have had 2 shots on target and 2 goals. Christique with the ball, holds the ball up. What can he do? He plays it back to Veltman and Oh, Weltman, the gentleman that he is, Usa Dembele needs some treatment. So Ajax are now 2-0 up on Barcelona. Oh, you're the elbow, you poor thing, you're injured. That sounds so bad. 69, 70%, yes, we're keeping the ball. This is the high block. Now, I've seen people, like, they have different styles of their tactics, but this is the way I'd play a high block. And this is a fairly, it's like a 3-4-3. I'm playing essentially a 3-4-3 at the moment. Ter Stegen, and there we go. Verheerder reads the danger. Christie comes out to pick up the pieces, looks around, plays it back to Van der Beek. Van der Beek out wide, he goes for Orihuela. Orihuela cuts inside, delivers across. It's 3-0. Yes, I'm taking advantage of what Barcelona are giving me. I mean, if the AI manager doesn't want to react to this, then great. Am I exploiting the match engine? No, I'm playing against the match engine. What the match engine should be doing, what the AI manager should be doing, is recognizing the fact that I'm playing down those flanks, and they should be doing something to lock down their flanks. And they haven't. And they finally have. Look at this. Umtiti, they've changed the role of Umtiti. So now is the time when I start getting a bit worried. Now, because if I was the AI manager, or if I'm playing against a human who's doing this, there is something I would do specifically to counter somebody playing like that. So there is a way to counter, and I'm hoping that this role, I'm going to pay a lot of attention to this role and how he plays. Forsberg with the shot. So Ajax now 3-0 up on Barcelona. Forsberg with the ball. De Ligt clears the danger. Ziyech now comes away. And because of that role change, I'm going back. Because of the role change, I have to watch this game a bit more. I need to find out how Umtiti is going to be set up. Christique with the ball. Slides it in. Oh, the players didn't see that. Alrighty. Now, there we go. That is what prevent shot goalkeeper distribution is. It's essentially an attempt by your defense to ensure that when the goalkeeper plays the ball out, they actually close down the first person who receives the ball. That is prevent shot goalkeeper distribution. Prevent shot goalkeeper distribution doesn't mean you close down the goalkeeper. You close down the players that the goalkeeper is passing it to. Rakitic with the ball out, it goes to Dembele. Now there is Forsberg inside the box, crossing it. They clear. Oh, this is not easy. But now I'm toying with the idea of going to another tactic of mine, which is what's that tactic called? I have a tactic right inside here. Knight's Gate, yeah, the low block. I'm toying with the idea. We're 3-0 up. I remember playing a game against Barcelona where we played something like this, and then we took a 3-0 lead, and Barcelona came back. The match ended actually 4-3 or something like that. I can't really remember. But Ziyech now with the corner to Christique, to Kluivert. Oh. So what do we do? Do I continue? I have this desire, right, to keep doing this. Kluivert, header is tipped over by Ter Stegen. Another corner, Ziyech. And if you're playing a high block, essentially like the way I'm playing it, I would really recommend you keep 3 players back for your corners, and watch your set pieces as well. Make sure the right players are back. Veltman to Weber. Weber out wide to Verheerder. Verheerder to Ziyech. Ziyech can't do much with the ball. Dembele to Rakitic. Orihuela reads that. Kluivert has the ball. They played. Ziyech. He should have played the through pass. He didn't. He went for the shot on goal. So looks like Umtiti is not playing the role I was afraid of. Okay. All right. 3-0 up. What can we do? Half time. We're going to change. And we're going to go to the low block for now. De Ligt, Weber. I've got 3 central defenders. What do I do with them? Okay. I got Van der Beek, Ziyech, Christie, Kluivert, Dolberg, De Ligt. Okay, you can come here. You can come here. De Ligt, you're wonderful. But I need you. Weber, Weltman, De Ligt. Oh, well, De Ligt. I guess you gonna have to figure out whether you can play as a playmaker now. We're gonna go with the low block for a while. Okay. I'm happy, keep it going. Let's see what happens when we play the low block. Rakitic to whatever your name is. Delete reads that. Kluivert with the ball, plays it back to Van der Beek. Van der Beek holds the ball out, drags players to him. Veltman out to Oruela. We've now gone into a low block. Kluivert. So now Barcelona are going to come attacking us. Pass into space. Some changes are needed. Tactics. Yeah, I'll leave it as a defensive center back at the moment, just to see whether we get them attacking us enough that it becomes a liability for the AI. Oh, Kluivert, you could have scored another. Now that we've given Barcelona much of the ball, we've held back, but so far they haven't done much with it. Delete out to Kluivert. Kluivert goes round, crosses it into the box. The boys cannot take advantage of this. Veltman again, back to Van der Beek. Van der Beek puts it out. Dembele is now injured. Barcelona are certainly feeling the heat. Oruela to Van der Beek. Van der Beek to Delete. Delete to Kluivert. Kluivert, oh no. So this low block, it's got a different set of closing down instructions. So we've got the guys in front, they don't do the high block anymore, just making sure that there's no prevent shot goalkeeper distribution as well. But what we'll do is we'll play out our defense. We'll try and keep the ball a bit more when we do win the ball. Ziyech to Delete to Van der Beek. Van der Beek to Ziyech. Ziyech out to Christique. What is Christique doing over there? Okay, oh yeah, they're both interchanging, as I think so. I think I've got swap instructions somewhere in this tactic. If there are swap instructions, please be careful of my own tactics when you use them. Got swap. Do I have a swap? My word, I don't even know my own tactics. Either that or my players just love to, play fluidly, roam, swap positions and give me a bloody heart attack. My low block tactic is more intensive than my 3-4-3. All right. No highlights. So we're just gonna swap back to this. Vehiever, Van der Beek, Christique, Pasa, Schöner, Casera, Eiting. I'm just thinking of who. I'm just wondering if there's anybody else I can bring on. Okay, Vehiever has now got a yellow card. So I'm gonna tell him to not tackle hard anymore. In fact, I'm going to tell you to ease off tackles. I might actually swap him straight away and bring on Eiting, so I don't have to change the style of football. Yep. Dolberg, Oruela to Christique, to Van der Beek. Van der Beek back to Christique. Shoots. Not going to threaten. So we've swapped back to the 5-2-3. I mean, I wanted to stick to the Knights Gate system, but I don't have a left back, so I'm not going to swap to that tactic. I'm going to keep on with this 3-4-3. This is similar to the Chelsea system I created for FM17, or slightly similar. The Chelsea system had these guys in deeper positions. Ziyech, Van der Beek with the ball. Now to Dolberg. Dolberg goes running with the ball, loses it. Veltman back to Van der Beek. Barcelona have not been able to come out. Ziyech back to Werber. Werber to Van der Beek. Van der Beek out. It goes to Ziyech. What can Ziyech do? Ziyech crosses the ball. Dolberg makes it a hat trick of goals. It's a fourth goal for Ajax. Ajax 4, Barcelona 0. Van der Beek out, it went to Ziyech. This is good football. Ziyech went wide. The marking was really bad. At the back, Ziyech's cross. Dolberg rising up, making backs his third goal. Oruela, yes, the final whistle. Ajax 4, Barcelona 0. Predicted an Ajax win. Yeah. Okay, cool. Looks like there was no surprise there with the result. Shots on goal once again. For most of the match, I was using my Milano tactic, and you can see these are all the shots on goal. All the goals that were created right inside the box. A shot saved from here, blocked. Yeah, we had a few outside the box, which is to be expected with such a tactic. Barcelona, on the other hand, yeah, kept them at bay for large periods of time. So this is how I play the high block. There are tactics out there that are pretty good, but if you want to play the high block, you gotta learn how to protect your flanks. And the way I protect my flanks is really simple. Don't go asking everybody to close how much more. There's no need to. I'm using wingbacks on support. They're much more resilient to protect your flanks, and so we've won this match. We started with this. This is the Milano system, but there's a variation for the Milano system. I've actually updated the tactic to my patrons as well. So basically what you do is you use an advanced forward here with a DLF on support here. The most important thing is for these three guys, the two wider players, the most important thing for them is this instruction: run wide with ball. You absolutely need this. So whether they play as a DLF or you play as a straight up AF, triple AF force, the only reason why I don't like this, there's a reason why I don't like this. It's got to do with if you end up playing with a tactic that is camping in their own half. So this is my preferred way of playing. So I don't have to change much. So as you can see, the boys played well at the back and in front. And Barcelona, Orihuela, out for 11 days. Leave to the physio, you poor thing, you. Dolberg has now scored a hat-trick of goals, and our squad is coming along pretty well. We'll go back to, we have a game against Groningen, and yes, we have won the Eredivisie without breaking too much of a sweat. We're still undefeated at home. Final though, the nasty team that actually took my quadruple away. I'm so pissed. But in all fairness, I was being a retard in this game, and I wasn't paying attention. Here also we used a high block. We used a high block on Roda. They never came out. The similar system, but here with Roda, I used one of my preferred tactics. Now against Roda were not playing with. They were keeping the two guys back, right, all the way, and they had a defensive centre back. So I swapped to this, used the high block with this tactic because it's a bit more secure, and we completely annihilated Roda in this game. Because you got to be careful. With Barcelona, I was a bit more confident because Barcelona came into this game with two wing-back combinations on the flanks. It was just asking for trouble, and Barcelona never changed it. They changed their tactic, but they changed a bit of the tactic. It was a bit late, and the boys have come away with this with a very comfortable win. And Ajax have beaten Barcelona by a scoreline of 4-0 at home. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Ajax Diaries. I want to thank all my followers who have subscribed to the channel and follow me on YouTube as well. And if you have any questions, please drop me a note at Twitter at Bustthenet or addicted2fm.com, my website. Once again, guys, you made it possible for the handbook to be available, and my tactics in the handbook are going to be used on the show. So if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Take care, bye-bye, and I'll catch up with you soon.